Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rekt Capital and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the stock to flow model and Bitcoin's price action through the lens of this model right now. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future and let's dive right in. So as you can see, whatever dips we've had throughout September, that doesn't really mean much in the context of the macro perspective. And the macro perspective is all about upside deviations beyond the stock to flow line, which is this brown line over here. That's the 365-day average for the stock to flow line, for the stock to flow model, in fact. And upside deviations are what precede bull market peaks, but it takes a few weeks for these upside deviations to actually reach that peak. But there's nothing to talk about because we haven't even seen an upside deviation yet. So this, whatever dips we've had in September, whatever pullbacks we've seen in that month, we've seen a fantastic rally recently, 20% rebound from Bitcoin, but it hasn't really changed much on the macro scale either. We're still just consolidating inside this channel here, moving sideways along with the flattening out line here for the stock to flow line as well. But I'm just going to be waiting for that upside deviation, which will occur at around $84,500. Once that upside deviation occurs, then we can start counting down the bull market for Bitcoin's price action. But at the moment, this looks like a sideways reaccumulation channel from which Bitcoin is going to resolve itself, probably towards the upside, because this is looking like a mid-cycle period, very similar to what we saw back here. But of course, this reaccumulation period right over here was much shorter, much more volatile. We saw a V-shaped reversal back in 2013 to just end that mid-cycle correction before embarking on the more parabolic, more euphoric portion of the bull market, which is the second part of the bull market after that mid-cycle correction. So of course, that's what I'm waiting for, the reaccumulation phase to end and resolve itself towards the upside and perform that upside deviation. So what can we focus on in the short term, or at least in the weekly, week-to-week view? Well, at the moment, we've seen a fantastic breakout. And one of the things we need to mention here is this higher low right over here, multi-week higher low, which enabled this move. And this higher low was actually approximately confluent with the 21-week EMA, which is a valuable time-tested bull market indicator. But in any case, this green candle right over here is a bullish engulfing candle because it engulfs the previous 2 weeks worth of price action in September. So essentially, 1 week can cancel out 2 weeks of downside or sideways price action. In any case, we've been able to reclaim this orange area as a demand zone, but we haven't been able to weekly candle close above the red area. And of course, weekly candle closes above the red area tend to precede retest attempts of this red area. But of course, it also precedes some dipping price action. So just because we've closed below the red area, this could mean that we're going to dip into the upper half of this major demand zone, that is the orange area, because we've closed here and dipping price action from this point will be quite healthy. What we need to also bear in mind is that we've seen a 20% rally since the pi cycle bottom here. The pi cycle moving average, 111-day moving average. We saw a double bottom here at a higher low to form an ascending triangle, something we've been talking about here on the channel over the past few days and weeks really. We've seen a double bottom here and a rebound breakout from this ascending triangle, and now we've revisited the highs of 48 to 49. So we're just holding at these regions over here, trying to maintain some price stability. Some may say that this is a bull flag, but I'm not going to rush to that conclusion. I'd like to see how Bitcoin just resolves itself with a healthy dip relative to this key weekly level. That would be normal and healthy price action, but 20% move towards the upside without any respite is something to just keep in mind. In any case, you can see here that even though we saw a negligible weekly close a few weeks ago, that wasn't enough to confirm a breakdown. We've been able to reclaim the 21-week EMA as a support, and we're well above this 21-week EMA in any case. So The thing is, Bitcoin needed to reclaim the 21-week EMA as a support to confirm a return into a bull market. The other thing we were looking at is for Bitcoin to hold the Pi cycle 111-day moving average, because this is what tends to precede upside in bull markets. Because whenever we see a break above the Pi cycle moving average, a midterm retest needs to occur, and once successful, that's a higher likelihood of seeing further continuation in this bull market. So what Bitcoin has been able to do is two things: reclaim the Pi cycle moving average as a support and the 21-week EMA as a support. Two crucial moving averages, two crucial levels for confirming a return to the bull market, and Bitcoin has satisfied these two conditions. In any case, guys, that's about it for today's segment. Let's now dive into a sponsored review of the energy swap platform by one of our partners here on the channel, Energy. Let's dive right in. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to this part of the segment where I'm going to be talking about the decentralized exchange Energy Swap by Energy. And as you guys know, over the past few months, I've been looking into Energy, and Energy is a welcome partner here on the Rekt Capital channel. So we're going to be talking about the decentralized exchange Energy Swap. We'll be talking about the swap features, we'll be talking about the liquidity and the pool features, as well as the analytics and newly launched Energy Bridge. We'll be talking about the low transaction fees, the growing liquidity here on the platform, as well as the customer support, which is 24/7 on top of the state-of-the-art security on the Energy blockchain. Lots to talk about. Let's dive right into the video. So Energy Swap is an implementation of the Uniswap protocol on the Energy blockchain. The Energy blockchain essentially allows for migration of traditional Ethereum projects just to migrate over to the Energy blockchain, and this Energy blockchain offers near zero transaction fees. For a token swap, the gas fees are 1 cent, so that's 1,000 times cheaper than what you see on Uniswap, where the gas fees sometimes reach double figures, $50, $60, sometimes even triple figures, $100, north of $150. So that's something that's really important to emphasize, that on Energy Swap you have low fees for a token swap, and the speed of the network. You have 1 minute average block time, so the DEX is not at all congested when considering other DEXs, Ethereum based, which are really congested with astronomical gas fees. And you can see here that you can token swap from the native token on the Energy platform, NRG. You can token swap to a wide variety of different tokens here. And you can see that this list of tokens is really growing over time. At the moment, there is a wide selection of over 180 tokens here, native and non-native tokens. So you can see that Energy has been focusing on a cross-pollination of assets from different blockchains, native and non-native tokens. Really interesting to see that. Just to select a token, Aave for instance, and all you have to do is connect your wallet and just have that token swap occur at a very low fee. Gas fees for a token swap, once again, are just 1 cent, so that's near zero fees. But let's focus on the analytics side when it comes to liquidity, because there's been tremendous growth that we really need to give Energy Swap credit for. Because if you focus here, for instance, back in late February, you saw a liquidity of $600,000, and in a few short months, that liquidity skyrocketed exponentially to 16 million, which is impressive for a young, promising DEX like Energy Swap. You can see that this has been more than steady growth. If this was a coin, in fact, you'd have a tremendous return on investment, which is an important perspective to have, because it just adds another layer of understanding how tremendous and exponential this growth of Energy Swap in terms of liquidity has been. And of course, liquidity here on the Energy Swap has dipped since April following Bitcoin's price action in many ways, but we've seen a revisit of the highs. Here, Energy Swap has revisited the highs of 13.7 million, so we're revisiting these highs once again here in May. But what I want to point out is the 24-hour volume in terms of liquidity. Back in April, May, you saw an all-time high in terms of 24-hour volume, and then you didn't really see those highs be revisited for many weeks, really. But if you focus nowadays on the 24-hour volume, we have a new all-time high right here, 1.2 million, a new all-time high in terms of 24-hour volume here on the Energy Swap platform. But we're seeing that these 24-hour volume spikes are actually more and more consistent and increasingly common to revisit these highs, whereas this was pretty much an outlier. Back in April, you can see that these 24-hour spikes to these current highs are becoming more and more common and consistent, not to mention the new all-time high most recently. And you can see that this is a testament to the usage of this platform over time, which is changing. More people are using Energy Swap and more liquidity is coming to the platform. And if you want to become a liquidity provider yourself, you can of course do that by clicking the green button here to add liquidity and to get a cut of the fees for providing that liquidity in the same way you'd get a cut of the fees on any other DEX by adding liquidity. And having said that, let's move on to the Energy Bridge, the recently launched Energy Bridge, where you can transfer your assets from a former blockchain to Energy in just one click by connecting your wallet to MetaMask. Very simple, a seamless, user-centric way to just easily port over from traditional Ethereum-based blockchains to just port over your assets to the Energy blockchain quite seamlessly and easily. So it's a very easy way to bridge assets that we're already trading on Uniswap or SushiSwap or any other Ethereum-based DEX just to the Energy blockchain. And of course, it's really important to think about Energy Bridge in a strategic way, to use Energy Bridge as a strategic tool in your arsenal when it comes to trading and investing, because of course, the initial transaction from a former blockchain could be quite costly and expensive in the beginning. But if you're trading on Energy Swap, where the fees are astronomically low, 1,000 times cheaper than what you see on other DEXs, if you're trading on Energy, then that's actually a strategic way to just port over your assets and just trade on Energy and minimize your cost in terms of gas fees. And one of the last things I'd like to mention in this segment is Energy Defense, a state-of-the-art security that Energy is really putting a lot of effort in to protect its users of the blockchain from scammers and hackers. And also on top of that, it's very user-centric in the sense that it offers 24/7 customer support, which is very rare when you consider DEXs. But just to talk about Energy Defense in a bit more detail, security is a high priority for the Energy blockchain. And the way Energy Defense works is if someone reports a crime on the blockchain within 3.5 days of seeing it, experiencing it, whether that's a hack or a scam, Energy can freeze it and they can investigate and go through a recovery process. And in which case, if this was indeed a scam or a hack, then they can go through different addresses to recover these funds. And that's how they eliminate crime on the blockchain. And thus far, they've stopped over $1 million of theft on the blockchain today. In any case, guys, that's about it for today's video. Feel free to check out the link to Energy's website in the description down below. And of course, feel free to check out the Energy Swap platform as well, with the link in the description down below as well. In any case, thank you so much for watching today. I'm Rekt Capital and I'll speak to you in the next one. Speak to you soon.